Cancel Brexit petition hits 1 million signatures.
Here's a summary of the article.
A petition calling for Theresa May to cancel Brexit by revoking Article 50 has passed 1 million signatures. Parliament's Petitions Committee tweeted that the rate of signatures was the highest the site has ever had to deal with, after the website crashed. The petition currently has long since passed the 100,000 signatures. That means it will be considered for debate. In January, MPs debated whether the UK should leave the EU without a deal, after a petition calling for that got 371,673 signatures. A petition for a second EU referendum in June 2016 attracted more than 4 million signatures and was debated in the Commons, but thousands of signatures were removed after it was discovered to have been hijacked by automated bots. A petition to prevent U.S. President Donald Trump from making a state visit attracted 1.8 million signatures. MPs have been sharing the Revoke Article 50 petition on social media, including Lib Dem Brexit spokesman Tom Brake, who said Mrs. May's cliff edge ultimatum had led hundreds of thousands to sign.
This post received a score of 60,554, with an upvote ratio of 80%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
What a fucking mess this whole thing is.
With almost a week left until it happens. The suspense is killing me. Edit, official countdown clock.
197 hours and 45 minutes left as of this post. You know, the fact that the clock is counting down to midnight in Brussels, Berlin, Paris, Rome, Madrid, Amsterdam, Vienna or Warsaw and not midnight in London should have clued an observant person in on who holds the cards, makes the rules and calls the shots in this whole Brexit thing.
It's like watching the ball drop on New Year's.
They dropped the ball on this years ago.
This is a criminally underrated pun. Granted it's not even a half hour old, but it should already have a few thousand upvotes. If that sounds sarcastic or like I'm being condescending, I promise I'm not. Your pun just hit the perfect combination of dad joke buttons to make me cry laughing for whatever reason.
Also props to you, Vagabond21, for the perfect setup too.
Friendly reminder that Lord Buckethead predicted all this several years ago. For anyone wondering, this is actually real. Lord Buckethead really did stand against Prime Minister Theresa May in an election, along with Elmo and a man dressed as a fish finger.
The original Lord Buckethead ran against Thatcher in 1987 and John Major in 1992. His name was Mike Lee. The guy who ran against Theresa May is Jonathan Harvey.
The man I inherited it from is not the real Dread Pirate Roberts either. His name was Cummerbund. The real Roberts has been retired 15 years and living like a king in Patagonia.
God, what a shit show, yet another example of the frightening mediocrity of our modern political leaders. I was in Scotland when this clusterfuck began and I would not be surprised if it ends up with an independence for them. One of the big promises that the anti-independence side has in the last referendum was Britain being in the EU. The whole of Scotland voted for Remain, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a re-energised independence movement after Brexit.
I do wonder if there will be a second referendum for Scottish independence. After all, I think part of the reason some voted no the last time was because they wanted to stay in the EU. Clearly that is taken off the table.
If Scotland breaks off from the rest of the UK, the Northern Ireland border issue will seem like a picnic in the park.
The part that nobody remembers, if Scotland leaves and England doesn't have a solution to the problem of having no deepwater ports that are capable of accepting ballistic missile subs Scotland becomes a nuclear power and England ceases to be one.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.